Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Kevin Jones and this is the Goddamn Mountain Goat video series here on YouTube. Welcome back if you are a previous viewer, or welcome if this is your first time joining us into the fold. I am the kind of guy that wants to get people into the sport of bow hunting, and I figure what better way to do it than to put some information out here on YouTube directly to you, somebody who obviously is interested in learning more about bow hunting and wants to take a few steps to educate yourself on how to do it. So this is where it all comes down. I am the guy who will be guiding you through this. Hit the subscribe button if you'd be so kind. I post a lot of these things, and I think that you'll get a lot out of this. This is video number 7, and from here on out we will be posting a few more. So this episode we're going to talk about rangefinders. So rangefinders, you may ask, what's a rangefinder? Who cares? Why do I need to know? I'm spending enough money on all this other stuff and I have all this other gear. What importance is a rangefinder to me? The answer is that it's incredibly important. It's very, very important to have a rangefinder. And what a rangefinder is a little piece of technology that tells you how far away something is from you. I hope that makes sense. So I'll just show you what one I have. So this is what they look like, right? So this is a little rangefinder, little string wrapped around your neck, right? So a little rangefinder, right? And this one is the Nikon ProStaff 550. I've had this one for a while now, but it's hard to get rid of something that works. I could probably upgrade, but it's been working for me and it's proven successful. So what it is on the top here you have some buttons, right? You have the mode button and the power button. So what I do, and what you would do once you purchase one of these fine pieces of equipment, is you walk around and you have your bow and arrow, right? You got all your stuff, you're ready to go, you're in the field, and I'll run through the same scenario I always do because I tend to like mule deer. This big old mule deer buck steps out, right? And you're sitting there, you're a first time bow hunter. And even if you're a seasoned bow hunter, I'd still recommend getting one of these if you don't have one. You go up and you say, okay, I see the deer, let me assess the situation. Okay, but deer's head's back down. Okay, it's clear enough for me to move. What you're going to do is you're going to reach down and you're going to pick this up and you're going to put this up to your eye, right? And you're going to hit this top button. At least for mine, it's a top button, right? This one right here, a little power one. You hit that, right? So see the deer? I say, oh my goodness, there's a deer. Bring this up and I can see through here. It's just like a little monocle, right? Kind of like a binocular, but it's not. So you have this up. Or I guess monocular. Is it a monocular? Yeah, the one. Yeah, that would make sense. Mono one. So you have this up and you click your button, and what this little thing down here, this really cool shiny one, what this does is it detects what you're looking at. And up here it has little crosshairs that pop up. And you click the button and this thing shoots a little invisible laser out to whatever it is that you're looking at. And you wait, and then that little laser beam bounces back and it reads it. It has a little reader thing in here. Don't ask me about how this all works because I don't know. I don't really know how this magical piece of equipment tells me how far something away is. All I know is that it works. So you hit the button, laser goes out, comes back in, and then it pops up on your little screen in here. And it says 61 yards, or 20 yards, or 10 yards, or 500 yards. So that's where the 550 comes in, because this can range out to 550 yards. Okay? I would hope to God that if you're becoming a bow hunter, you're not planning to shoot at an animal 550 yards away. Just throwing that out there. So this accurately tells you what the distance is from you to your target that you're trying to shoot at. So it really does take the guesswork out of determining yardage, right? Again, it's accurate out. This particular one is accurate out to 550 yards. They have different ones that are designed for bow hunting, which I kind of regret not getting initially, and that's why I guess for you I'm going to recommend you get one that's designed specifically for archery. And the reason why is, well, I guess I don't really want to get into too much, but it gives you a more accurate reading when you have it on archery mode. And sometimes if you're shooting at a steep angle, right, you're up here and you're shooting down here, and your point from you up here to your target down here might be, straight arrow might be 30 yards, but really you're not looking at this angle, right? What you really need is this, the distance right here. I'm not really good at geometry, but this is my understanding of it. I could be ass wrong. So anyways, it gives a more accurate range. So I'd recommend getting a rangefinder. If you can just get one that just tells you the range, we can cover in a separate episode exactly how to utilize that range. So you might be asking yourself, who cares? Why do I need to know what the range is? Like, why is this such an important piece of equipment for me to purchase? And my answer to you is that you need this range so that you can determine what pin to use on your bow sight. So remember, top is 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, right? On your 5-yard pin that I recommend, your 5-yard pin bow sight that I recommend you get. So if you look at something, you have no idea how far away it is, you can't accurately choose what pin to use and what pin to put on your target and launch your arrow. Because if you think that might be 50 yards, and then if you don't have a rangefinder, you might draw back and put it on your 50-yard pin and launch it, and you might be shooting into the next canyon. I mean, you might be digging your arrow right in the dirt. I mean, because sometimes what you think and what's real when it comes to determining range is pretty difficult to find. I'll be the first to admit I'm not very good at determining distances, so this thing, a rangefinder for me, is key to have. So with these, what you really need to do is get one that has good reviews. You'll notice the trend again, right? Good reviews. Go do some shopping, get educated. The cost for these range from anywhere from $140 to something like $1,400. I just saw one online for $1,400. Some of the more expensive ones are designed and used for rifle hunting, right? If you're doing long range rifle hunting, if you need to know exactly that animal across the canyon is 1,700 yards away, you need something more powerful than this one, which will only give you out to 550 yards. So find one towards the lower end. I think when I initially bought this one, it was about $200. It was a big purchase for me because I knew that I was not going to be able to be a ethical and effective bow hunter with me just kind of guessing. These are also handy when you go to the range, right? When you go to the archery range and you have your target set up and you're shooting your arrows, for you to get comfortable with the range that your pins are set at. So you do some practice scenarios with this. You click it 20 yards, so you shoot at the 20. Push your bag out. Okay, that's 30 yards. Shoot at 30. So that way it gets you familiar with what your bow's capabilities are. That's about it for rangefinders. There's not a whole lot to it. For mine, I have these little cases. This thing covers the lens when it's not in use, and this thing just goes around, right? So it has little holes in the top. So this is how my little setup's arranged. Again, it's important for me to be able to know exactly how far away something is, because I do not want to be the one responsible for making a shot at an animal that I thought was 40 yards away, but really it was 70 yards away, and now it has an arrow stuck in its leg, and it's running off across the hill. I don't want to be that guy. It's worth the money. It sucks to have to spend money, I get it. But if you're serious about this, and if you do want to be an ethical hunter, you do not want to go out and wound things while avoiding taking steps that are within your control to avoid. So that's it. Rangefinders, not much more to them. Hopefully that covered it a little bit. My name again is Kevin Jones, and this is the Goddamn Mountain Goat video series here on YouTube. I'll see you next time. Thanks.